Hey, what's up, guys? Uh, I just made a comeback video on my other channel that I've been focusing a ton of energy on, but holy crap, a comeback on this channel. I bet you guys didn't expect that ever. It's been like 3 years or something. This channel is going to be making a resurgence. That's right, a resurgence. It's not going to be comic books. It's going to be just everything that there is under the sun. The name's Media Man, so video games. That's what's gonna be here. Basically, it's just gonna be me being a total dweeb. I look way different than I did back in the day when I was making videos on this channel. So bear with me with that. I mean, I'm way older now. So anyway, this video is gonna be super long, as you can tell by the time thing. This is my Black Friday haul. A lot of people count Black Friday. I count it as a whole week. I saved up a ton of money to get a bunch of movies for Black Friday, and I don't think I got anything else. I just got movies. So let's hop right into it. I don't know how many movies there are, and I might have forgotten one or two, but I hope that this is it. So let's start off with the DVDs. I got Batman, The Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2, and I actually bought Part 1 twice on accident because Best Buy had like their elite members. They gave them early access to Black Friday, so I got that through there. Next I got One Piece Part 1. This was on sale at Walmart for $10, and I've been getting really into anime, so definitely picked that up, along with Fooly Cooly. For those of you that don't know, that's what this is called. I don't know why it says FLCL. I haven't watched it. I just know that it's called Fooly Cooly, which is a cool name. And I could be sounding like a complete idiot, and it could be FLCL as the title because I've never watched it. Next up, for last of the DVDs, I think, is every season of American Horror Story, which me and my girlfriend have been watching. And I thought we saw something that said it was getting deleted off of Netflix, so it was perfect time with Black Friday. These were all they were all basically $5. I think this one was $10, and this one I had to get at Target, but these ones were $5. These ones are $10, a little expensive, but I have everything now, so I don't have to worry about it being deleted off of Netflix, even though it's just on DVD. Also, I forgot to say, this was $10, and Dark Knight and Dark Knight Returns Part 1 and 2 were $2 each. So, on to the Blu-rays. This is the crazy part. I told you I bought it twice. I don't know. So it was $6 for me because I'm an idiot with short-term memory. Okay, first up, my favorite horror movie of all time. You would think I've owned it. I've owned it like 1,000 times, but what I do is sometimes I'll sell movies to make money for other stuff, and then vice versa. But Evil Dead, I love this. This DVD or Blu-ray release kind of sucks, honestly. The steelbook is pretty cool. It's the same release, but it's a really nice blue steelbook, and the version to get actually is the DVD Ultimate Edition. It's 3 or 4 discs. I had it forever ago. I remember when I first got a job when I was like 15. I had to, because it was like under the table construction job for a friend of my dad's, and I remember like begging my mom, like, please, I'll give you $4 if you let me buy this on Amazon. So that was the first thing I ever bought on Amazon. But yeah, it looks good on Blu-ray, but it doesn't have any special features or anything, and that's really my thing with owning physical media is I love the special features. I love watching behind the scenes. I want to make movies someday, so yeah, that part's a bummer. It has a great commentary on it though, so check that out. This I think was like $4. This I picked up at a pawn shop. Dragon Ball Evolution. I never watched Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid. because I wasn't allowed to, but I've been getting into it and I heard this was awful. So I checked it out. It's awful. It was $2.50 at a pawn shop though, so I love terrible movies. I can't get enough of them. Some people would say Evil Dead is a bad movie. It's low budget. I think it's great. Next movie is Finding Dory because I don't know where my hands are. Yeah, Dragon Ball Z Evolution is terrible. Check it out. Finding Dory. My favorite Pixar movie ever is Finding Nemo. Came out when I was I think 10, so right around the perfect age for me. I loved it. I still to this day love it. Finding Dory I thought was awesome. I didn't go into it expecting it to be as good as Finding Nemo, so met my expectations and excelled, and I thought it was really good. That was $10 at Target. For those of you that care about the prices, some of them I've forgotten, but I'll try my best to include them all. Next up, the possibly Disney movie of the year. Other than Finding Dory, I can't think of any other ones that I saw that I loved. Zootopia. This was... I forgot to take the dang sticker off. I don't usually keep the stickers on here. I should be fired from my job. This movie was awesome. This was $8 at Best Buy. Definitely recommend Zootopia. I was blown away by that movie. It was so much better than I expected. I remember people talking about the Rotten Tomatoes score, which to me, reviews are reviews. I like to watch movies for myself and base them on if I like them or not. So I was kind of didn't really care about the Rotten Tomatoes scores, and it was so good. This is another one that I picked up at a pawn shop. These next few I think are Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I got it because another movie you'll see in the rest of my haul knew I was gonna be picking up, so I picked this up for $2.50. I really like this movie. A lot of people say that it sucks. I think that the scene where they're fighting on top of the horses will go down in history as a classic scene. Mark my words. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's my opinion on this. I like this though. Definitely check it out. Definitely worth $2.50 also. And I'm just realizing that everything is written backwards. So I'm sorry. It's because it's on my MacBook. I don't know why it is a mirror. It can't. You would think with all the things that this thing can do, it could flip the image, but I don't know. Maybe someday we can hope for that. Next up, I got at a pawn shop also for $2.50. Cloverfield. I didn't get 10 Cloverfield Lane on Black Friday. Spoiler alert, but Cloverfield I loved. 10 Cloverfield Lane I thought was overhyped, so I need to wait a while before I go see it again. I watched it in the theaters when it came out. Everybody was like, oh my god, it was so awesome, and I kind of thought it was boring. So I'm going to wait a while and rewatch it, but not get too hyped up on its success or whatever. Next up was a Walmart pickup, Tomb Raider. I just got it this week. It wasn't a Black Friday sale. It was $5. I watched this movie. This was one of the first PG-13 movies I watched with my mom. So I hadn't seen it in a long time, and I've been watching a lot of Chris Stuckman's videos, and this is one of his favorite movies. So I wanted to rewatch it, and I definitely agree that it's awesomely awful. So check this out. $5 I think is great for it. It's a great thing to put into your collection. Next up, Sin City. Whoa. Sin City, A Dame to Kill For. I haven't seen it yet. I really like the original one, and I had actually just picked that up because I knew that was going to be on Black Friday, but I got that a while ago. That was one of the first things that I knew was going to be at Black Friday, so haven't checked it out, but I'm looking forward to checking it out. And there are a few that I haven't watched yet. I think Black Friday is a great day to blind buy stuff because you can get it for $4. So next up is Spawn, which I picked up at Walmart also just out of the bin, and I haven't watched it yet. But I'm trying to grow my comic book movie collection back up. Next, I was really excited for the Criterion Collection sale. I've only ever had one Criterion, and I bought it like at a used DVD store, and I was like just stoked that it was Criterion, so I bought it and was like, this is the first of my Criterion collection, and then was kind of going through my collection and realized like that movie doesn't even look good. So that's what I mean, like I sold that and don't have it anymore. I don't remember what it was. I tried to watch it once and it was like in a different language, so it made it like that much harder for me to be interested in because I had to read the subtitles and stuff, so it just really wasn't for me. I just jumped because my phone buzzed. If you saw me get scared. But Godzilla on the Criterion Collection, I was super excited to get this. It was half off at Barnes & Noble. I was pumped. Got home, unwrapped it, and I bought the DVD version. Am I going to take it back? No. It's like, I think it's black and white. I obviously have been too upset to watch it. I mean, can you blame me? I have to deal with a DVD. But I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal to have it on DVD. You live and you learn, and I wasted money on buying something that I should have just paid more attention to. Next up, Neighbors and Neighbors 2. I love Neighbors. I've another one that I've owned multiple times. And actually, no, I've never owned it. I lied. I bought it for somebody once. That's why I thought I owned it. Not for myself. And then Neighbors 2. I thought Neighbors 2 was pretty good. I didn't think it was really as good as everybody else thought it was. Sorry. Next up, The Shallows, with that cool lenticular cover. I hate lenticular covers, though. I'm definitely a guy that likes slipcover, but the lenticular, the noise, like, actually will make my eyes water and make me feel like I have to throw up. It's the worst. If they need to figure out a way to make this happen without this whole scratchy business. I'm not going to scratch it in the microphone or anything because I'm not a monster. The Shallows was good, though. By the way, The Shallows was $10 at Walmart. These were both $4, I think, at Walmart. Or at Best Buy. I'm raking in those Best Buy points. Next up, John Wick. I started watching it and fell asleep. I do that a lot. Not because it was boring, because I was tired. And what I saw of it was super awesome, so I'm glad that I own it. I've heard nothing but really good things about it, and it didn't look good when it first came out, so I blind bought it on Black Friday. Figured, might as well check it out, and was pleasantly surprised with what I saw. Next up, in the wake of Target's Black Friday sales, I found a clearance section the other day that had like a couple movies on there. This was there for $3, which is a perfect price point for this movie. I love Ryan Reynolds. I love Green Lantern. I didn't like this movie. They had like some weird... They had a bunch of volumes of One Piece, which I just picked up volume 1, but it was more than I wanted to really spend on clearance DVDs, so I kind of hit them. So maybe someday, if I find them again, to me that's destiny, and I'll buy them. I'm going back tomorrow, so no, I'm just joking. Next up, Star Trek Beyond. I haven't gotten to watch this yet, but I really want to. I loved Star Trek Into Darkness. I can't remember what year that was, but that was easily one of my favorite movies that came out that year. So, Star Trek Beyond for $8 at Best Buy. Maybe it was $10. But that, I'm super excited to watch that. I just haven't gotten to yet. Next one is a movie that I feel very torn about. I loved The Village. I loved The Sixth Sense. I hated After Earth. I've never seen Last Airbender. The Visit by M. Night, whatever the hell, Shyamalan. It looks good, but, you know, so did After Earth. Next up is the Criterion edition of, well, that was a little joke. This isn't the Criterion edition. This is the 2015 Godzilla. Haven't seen it. I love the character of Godzilla. I don't have an excuse. I love Bryan Cranston. Loved Kick-Ass. Apparently those guys are in it. So, someday. I own it. Next up is The Nice Guys. This looks super good. But there was like way too many commercials for this everywhere. Am I the only person that thought that? I was like burnt out of this movie before it came out. So I haven't seen it. But I want to. I'm just giving it time to not be like super bummed, like not bummed out, just super overwhelmed with the commercials and everything. This one was at Best Buy for like $6. Godzilla was like $4, I think. Next up is How to Train Your Dragon 2. Do me and this guy look alike? I always get told that I look like Hiccup, but I haven't seen this actually. I love the first one though. That one was $4, I think, maybe $6. Next up, another movie I haven't seen. You're gonna see a trend here, but I blind bought a lot of stuff. It's The Forest. This looks decent. It was like $4, so perfect. That's what I mean. This perfect time to blind buy stuff. Next up, a movie that I saw when it first came out, but I can't remember it other than like a super awesome tank scene, Fury. So I'm excited that I own that. I'm excited to rewatch it. Next up, a movie I haven't really heard much about, but looks really good. I like Jake Gyllenhaal. I like boxing. I think this is about boxing. How awkward would that be if this wasn't even about boxing? I love Jake Gyllenhaal, and I love boxing, so Donnie Darko. But Southpaw. This was a couple bucks at Best Buy, so I'll check it out. This movie I saw in the theaters, and I was blown away. It blew out all my expectations out of the water. So excited. Pacific Rim. Funny story about going to see this. I saw it with a bunch of friends, and one of the guys I didn't know, and he's like, yeah, Pacific Rim job. And I smacked him in the back of the head, and I said, you're not supposed to say that out loud. We all thought that joke walking into here, and you were the one dumb enough to say it out loud. If you ever said that when you went to go see this movie, you weren't. That's not original. We all thought it. Next up is Band of Brothers. This was like the one to get this year at Best Buy. It was one of the big deals that was going on. I have seen parts of this, and I enjoyed it, but this was like $10, so you can't really pass up like a really nice set, and something that has gotten so much acclaim that I really want to visit. So for $10, perfect price. Next up is Lego, Justice League Gotham Breakout. I love the Lego movies. I know this isn't the Lego movie or the sequel to the Lego movie, but like these, like there's a Star Wars one, and it's hilarious. So I haven't seen this yet, but I love Batman, love Lego movies. It was like $2. It wasn't really $2, but I'm not going to tell you. Next up, Batman Assault on Arkham. I love Batman. I'm trying to beef up my Batman cartoon collection, so I got all of the ones that I found at Best Buy that were on sale, bought them all, and I haven't watched any of them yet. This one I think I'm most excited for because it's the original Suicide Squad story. Next up, Batman Bad Blood, which looks awesome to me. I'm really excited to watch all of the Batman movies because if you don't know, the Batman animated movies are awesome. Definitely check them out. Justice League vs. Teen Titans. I used to love Teen Titans when I was a kid, and I know that that's different. Like, it's the same characters, but that's different than the show. But, yeah, I'm excited for it. Next up, a movie that I didn't like in theaters, The Witch. Yeah, I didn't really like it in theaters, but it was like $6. So I was like, I'll revisit it. That's what I like to do when I don't like a movie, because my thing is I like to enjoy movies, so ideally I'll have positive thoughts about every movie that I see. Not to be like the silver lining guy, but like I like to think that I didn't waste my time on a movie. So usually I'll like a movie or I'll absolutely hate a movie. That one I didn't absolutely hate and I didn't like, so I want to revisit it and figure it out if I just didn't understand the people or what my deal is. Probably just need some help. Next up, X-Men First Class. Love this movie. I keep forgetting to tell you the prices of them. So, sorry. This isn't a definitive price of Black Friday. It was a week ago. You should figure it out. Next up, the Wolverine. I think I've seen it. Can't remember. I bought it and I was like, this was really good. And I got home and I was like trying to think of parts. And all I could think of was stuff that I've seen on trailers. So I don't know if I've seen it. Next up is Focus to add to my Margot Robbie Will Ferrell. Next up, we got Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. Haven't seen it yet. I don't like the way they look, but that's what everybody says, and I've heard they're good. So, next up, Crimson Peak. I love Guillermo del Toro, who did Pacific Rim Job, and it looks good. I've heard it's bad, but I don't care. Next up, all three of the Purge movies. I've seen the original Purge movie and thought the idea was really good, but it was like super short. So it was like $5 for all of them, which isn't true, but close. The Night Before, which I really wanted to see last year and didn't get a chance to see it. And the thing that I hate about Christmas movies, but it also makes sense, is like they'll be in theaters for Christmas and then they'll be gone. Like you can't find the Blu-ray anywhere, so I never was able to really see it anywhere. I don't really rent movies, so I don't really pick up brand new movies I haven't seen either, so I'm just lying. But I picked it up now, and Seth Rogen's pretty cool. I love Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Robin, I should say. From the Christopher Nolan series. They really fucked that one up, didn't they? Next up is Lights Out. I saw the short movie. My lights are still on, so. Next up, Gentlemen Broncos. If you guys haven't seen this movie, this isn't a sequel to Napoleon Dynamite, but like the trilogy of this, Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre. This, I think, is better than Nacho Libre. It is like the weirdest movie ever. I'm not going to tell you any scenes of it. Go watch this movie. It is so bizarre. It's hard to find, too. I got this at Big Lots for $3. That's true. Go get it. It's worth $3. Jesus. What do you want? Next is Man of Steel. Next up, I got at a pawn shop, Piranha. I really like the character development of that movie. Super. Oh. Did you guys hear my knee pop? Character development, but anyway, Kingsman. This movie's awesome. I'm actually watching it right now for the first time ever. I get distracted easily and want to make videos that are 20 plus minutes long, but it's awesome. I loved it. It reminds me of Kick-Ass, which is probably because it's written by the same guy, but again, to add to my Margot Robbie collection, The Legend of Tarzan. Pardon me. Oh, Jesus. What a sicko. The Legend of I fell asleep with it. I think it might have been boring. That might not have been my fault. Next up is X-Men Apocalypse. My stack fell over, so about to freak out. I haven't seen this one yet. I haven't even seen Days of Future Past, which was sold out when I went, but I got them all. And this case is super cool. I didn't expect that, but I'm excited to see that. Next up, like I said, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. Gotta get Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies. I've actually read this book, and it was really hard to understand, but it was pretty awesome. I read the graphic novel version of it, and it was sweet. Definitely a must read if you like zombies. The reason I bought Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman. Maybe it's better on my TV. I don't know. Next up, the funniest movie of the year, I thought, Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. I love Workaholics. I love Zac Efron. I love these two. This movie, I was dying in the theaters. I thought this was so funny. I'm actually probably going to watch that after this movie's over. watch this after that movie's over. Walking Dead, first season. I've seen it a long time ago. I took a break from the Walking Dead movie, not the movies. I've never seen any of the movies. The TV series, because zombies were like too much for me when it came out. I was like, I'm not going to be able to enjoy this because zombies are too much. I loved vampires, and then Twilight happened, and it ruined vampires for me. So I'm waiting to watch that now. I own it, so probably should watch it. Next up is It Follows. This movie was awesome. It gets a lot of praise, and it deserves most of it. I don't think it's quite as good as like everybody and their mom, not like in the movie. It's good. Next up is Hateful Eight. Typical Tarantino. It's good. Very super dialogue heavy. If you don't know who Quentin Tarantino is, he's very dialogue heavy in his movies, so it can be really boring, but and it's super long. Just a heads up before you watch The Hateful Eight, it's kind of boring in a general sense, but it's good. It's not my favorite of his at all. It's actually probably one of my least favorite of his. Yeah, I would say so. Next up, Mad Max Fury Road, which was pretty cool. I've watched it a couple times. I don't think it's as good as everybody says it is, but maybe I need to watch it again. I liked it though. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's overrated. If you could get off my back. Can we move on, please? Next up's Ex Machina. This movie was sweet. I did not expect this movie to be so good. I bought that last Black Friday and this Black Friday because I accidentally sold it. But I love it. It's probably my favorite movie of all time. I'm just joking, it's not. But it's good. Next up is Warcraft. It just looks good. I love cheesy fantasy and sci-fi movies, so that looks to be fitting. This movie is called Sensational Ride. The joke is because that's what it says right there, even though it has a title here and here. This movie is called, I almost just said this movie is called Cruise Blunt. That's the new Seth Rogen movie. This movie is called Edge of Tomorrow, and I hear nothing but good things about it. This movie, I've heard nothing but bad things about, and I couldn't get the damn sticker off of the slipcover. Gods of Egypt. Tried to watch it. It was pretty bad. Next up is what I heard most people talking about Black Friday sale-wise. I'm super excited to watch it. I loved the first one, and I even liked Annabelle, which I picked up. I got The Conjuring 2. Really excited to watch it. Just haven't gotten a chance to because I like to watch horror movies with the lights on. And as I said, my lights off. What's going to be the joke? And I also got Annabelle. Next, for some reason Taken 2 wasn't on sale, so I got Taken 1, Taken 3. I saw Taken 1 and I thought it was overrated, and I liked Taken 2 a lot, so I'm excited to see Taken 3. Because those are numbers, and I forgot how to count. Next up is Krampus. I love Trick or Treat. So I'm really excited to see that one. I don't know. I was going to say I'm putting it off till Christmas time, but guess what? It's Christmas time. Next up is The Martian. This is the new Childish Gambino album, so I'm really excited for that. It's not really the next Childish Gambino album. Next up I got Season 2 of The Walking Dead, and these are more in order because I got Season 1 of Fear of the Walking Dead with the awful lenticular slipcover. There's no lenticular. It's just a way it is supposed to look 3D. Okay. It's just a absolute bane of my existence, lenticular. I wish I could just rip the lenticular part off because I want it to have a nice slip cover. But The Conjuring, the first Conjuring, every time I pull it off the shelf, I get a headache. I have to run to the bathroom because I'm about to throw up everywhere because that stupid I hate it. Next up, Pop Star. It was better than Never Say Never, the Justin Bieber movie. I'm just kidding. I haven't watched it. I saw part of it and thought it was funny. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trilogy. Love them. Love them. Next up is a movie I've heard I won't love, Jupiter Ascending. But I like the Wachowskis. My favorite movie by them is V for Vendetta. I like The Matrix. First one, I haven't seen the second one. Spoilers, I bought them for Black Friday. They're right here. I love Mila Kunis and Channing Tatum, and I like the Wachowskis. So I think that I feel like I'm living in 2015 because I don't see how that movie could be bad. It looks so good. Speaking of which, Fantastic Four. Stick. That was a freaking gem of a movie. Amazing Spider-Man Parts 1 and 2. Why is this case so big? Why? There's nothing special. It's just the thickest Blu-ray case ever. And Ninja Turtles, the original new one, the original remake. And then last but not least, the movie that I was really disappointed wasn't in a gift 2-pack. Surprise, spoiler alert. Terminator 1 and Terminator Genesis. So yeah, I'm going to be making videos on this channel more often, guys. I really want to start making like movie commentary videos to watch while you're watching a movie because I like doing that. Anyway, please make sure you subscribe. I miss you all. Comment below, and I'll see you next time.